Hello everyone, I'm Mrs. Lambert and I have a new family math game for you today. It is called Builder's Paradise and it is perfect for my little friends, my kinders, my first graders who are learning to count, not just count but order numbers from 1 to 10 and doing it backwards as well. But of course, like always, this is a great game for all ages and very adaptable. So what you're going to need is a standard deck of cards. And you're going to remove all the face cards, so your jacks, queens, kings, jokers. Get rid of all of those and set them aside. You're not going to need them for this game. And then you're going to take the remaining deck and you're going to find all the sevens. And you're going to set them in a horizontal row in front of you. So you can play this game either with a partner or a small group. I'd say 2 to 4 players is probably perfect. And so you're going to set the 7 cards in the center of the table where everyone can see them. Then you're going to shuffle the rest of the deck together and deal the cards out to the players. So you're going to deal 5 cards to each player. I'm going to pretend that I'm playing with a partner today, but you can play with more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then you're going to place the remaining cards face down as a draw pile. Make sure to put it somewhere where both you and the rest of the players can reach it. But make sure you have a lot of room around the 4 cards in the center because you're going to be building cards out from it. Okay. So then each player is going to look at their hand. Normally we would do this privately, but I'm going to show you what's in my hand and my partner's hand so that you can play along with us. So in my hand, I have a 6, 4, 2, 6, and a 5. You can see that there. And so on my turn, I need to place some cards out on the board, and I can either build up from the 7s or I can build down. So I'm either looking for a 6 or an 8, right? A 6 if I'm building down or an 8 if I'm building up. And so I happen to have a 6 of hearts and I have a 6 of spades. So I could play either one of those cards. I'm going to choose one. And we're also sorting the cards based on their suit. So this is a great way for your little kids, not just to be ordering numbers, but also to be sorting. So I'm going to play my 6 of spades, and I'm going to place it below the 7, so below facing me, to show that it's less than 7. And then I would draw a card from the draw pile, and that would be the end of my turn. So now it would be my partner's turn, and my partner is going to look at their cards. They have a 6, a 4, a 2, a 3, and an ace. An ace will act like a 1. So since we're just starting out still, they're still looking for 6s and 8s, but they could also look for a 5 of spades because that number just opened up because of the card I played. I'm going to have them play the 6 of clubs. So they would place it here as well. Now I'm going to look at my cards. I'm going to play my card. Oops, my partner forgot to draw. Okay, and then I would draw. And then it would be their turn again. Okay, so let's have a look. They have a 3 of diamonds, a 4 of diamonds. They can't quite play those yet because we're missing that 5 of diamonds. So that would be a question that you could ask your kids. What cards do you need on the table in order to be able to play the cards in your hand? What number is missing? Right, and then they have a 3 of clubs, can't play that yet, and an ace of spades. So right now, they can't play any of their cards, right? You can ask your child, what cards are you looking for, right? They could be looking for all the 8s, they could be looking for 5s, and a 6, right? So since my partner can't play anything from their hand, they are just going to draw. If they can play the card that they just drew, they could put it down. But since this is a 3, they can't. They would just place it in their hand, and that would be the end of their turn. And it would be my turn again. So play would continue like this until one person runs out of cards first. So first it would be, you'd go through all the cards in the deck, and then you'd have to get rid of the cards in your hand. And the first person to be able to do that wins the game. So pretty simple, but really fun. There might be rounds where you get stuck and you're going to have to draw cards until something opens up. And those are great opportunities to talk with your child. What card are we looking for? Is any 8 going to work, or do we need a particular 8? Is it an 8 of hearts? Is it an 8 of spades? Which one? So great opportunities for asking those types of questions. If your child is having a hard time counting backwards, because with starting with 7s, right, you can also ask your child this, are you going to be counting up more or counting down more? So if you have your cards ace through 10, then with this particular version starting with 7s, you're going to be counting backwards more. If that's difficult for your child, move the starting number. Maybe start with a row of 5s. That way there's an equal number going up or down. Or maybe start with a lower number even. The only problem with starting with a row of aces, which you totally could, and then just count up, is it's going to take a little bit longer, because you're only going to have one opportunity to put cards down, since you're just going up, not 2 directions. If you want to make it a little bit harder for your children and just count backwards, right, you could do the same thing, start with a row of 10s. Once again, it will take a little bit longer because you're only moving in one direction. If you have older kids who are comfortable with the face cards, feel free to add them back in and just talk about the order, right, that jacks go after 10s, then queens, and then kings. Since we're using aces as 1s, they would be the smallest card. So those are just some ways to change the game up. I hope you enjoy this one, and I'll see you next time.